Hiya, Pete Donaldson here for IGN, and are you ready for the IGN Quizmas special? We didn't want to do a normal 2012 roundup, or did you see it when Hitman hit that nun in the face? We wanted to do something a little bit special for you at IGN.com. I'm joined by the wonderful Daniel Krupa.
Hello, Pete.
Luke's on the end.
Hello.
What is going on, Luke? Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling really good.
Everyone's wearing fantastic Christmas jumpers, you know.
The unofficial uniform.
Just look at them.
We're filming this in August.
We've also got Chris and Keza as well.
Bonjour.
Hi.
You guys feeling good?
I've felt better. No,
Yeah?
I'm good. I'm
feeling good. Feeling good.
Come on, Chris.
He's not very well. He's close to death. It's tragic. So yeah, if he drops down dead at any point, you'll know why, because he's almost
But
dead.
hopefully I'll be resurrected like the Christmas story.
That's Easter.
That's Easter, mate. You don't know your Bible.
You could be born.
Off his face on day now. It's terrible business.
You're getting your Jesus highlights all mixed up.
I'll get my coat.
Have we got team names, by the way? What's this team
Well,
over
the
here?
thing is, our Christmas jumpers aren't very colourful.
No.
So,
Might as well call yourselves Bar Humbug.
yeah, Bar Humbug, or the
Yeah.
only goth at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Christmas noir.
Christmas noir.
You guys got one? Look at his face.
Hairy belly.
The Hairy Bellies, good. The Hairy Bellies versus whatever just happened over there. Good. The first round will be the news headlines. We're going to provide you with an IGN news story, and we've blanked out a couple of words in each of them. All you guys need to do is tell us precisely what those little black boxes are covering right now. Shall we hit the first one? Are you guys ready?
We are.
Yeah, just remember what happened this year.
Exactly. So our first one basically says blank didn't look so good. What do you think that's going to be, guys?
Is it Andy McNabb's eyes? I don't know. What's it say in the subhead? It said Warner's screen 10 minutes of their Comic Con panel.
Oh, I know what it is.
So
it's film.
It's
Chris,
the
this is your
Territory.
well, if it's Warner's, it's The Hobbit, isn't it?
And it didn't look so good because people weren't happy about it coming out at 48 FPS.
Yeah.
I think this team's got it, guys. So
I think
yeah,
that's right.
indeed.
It came out in the form of 48 first-person shooters. I was an interesting directorial choice. It didn't really
work for the
chime with
fantasy
fans
genre.
of it. But
No, Jim Vedvoda, one of our American film editors, came out of that presentation and it sounded like it was carnage. All the journalists like distraught.
Screaming, crying,
What is
wetting
this?
themselves.
Because I think everyone had been led to believe that this was the future of film and everyone was super excited about 48 frames because previously, the last 80 years, it's been 24 frames per second. But they didn't like what they saw. They said it looked like something in a BBC studio from the 1970s.
It's very weird because it's the best
not
3D that I've seen. Like, I mean, when I saw it and like the Warner Brothers symbol came up at the start, like there was a gasp like in the auditorium. Like people were a bit like
just the one with a symbol.
yeah, all of us very melodramatic. But
Did
yeah,
you
no,
remove your trousers?
yeah,
Why?
they were very excited. But no, it was really good. But yeah, no, I agree. At the end, like the special effects don't look quite as believable as they were in the Lord of the Rings and stuff.
Obviously, this is like a big story, but if you look above the story, there's a picture of a man flying, holding a PlayStation Vita. How is that not the only
He's
video
playing
game
Black
story we're
Ops
talking about this year?
Vitas make you fly.
Yeah.
Vita make you fly.
Who knew?
Why is it not sold better?
I was going to
Like,
say that's
seriously,
how much
Yeah,
it's
Expensive
got.
memory cards.
It's a game changer.
That is why.
That is right.
Proprietary memory card. It'll make you fly, but you get screwed over with storage.
Right, when I press this button, the next headline will appear. The next headline has appeared. What is coming in spring 2013? We finally have a timetable for what next big game, guys?
Next Zelda. That's just being wishful.
We have, well, there's so many games out in spring next year, aren't there? Like the start of next year is ridiculous for games.
Spring.
Is it
Spring coming spring 2013.
Spring coming.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. Is it squirrels?
It's not Bioshock, is it? It's
Squirrel coming?
too short for Bioshock.
Is it a person coming?
Resurrection.
It's Jesus.
Well, it's
Jesus
there you
coming.
go. So it's someone's next big game. Who's?
Well, it's probably the big game. Of
The big game of
2013, I
2013.
guess. Is it GTA? Pete?
And is that Rockstar's next big game then?
It could be.
That would that would make a lot of sense. GTA 5 is coming spring 2013.
Live
Get
your
ready,
dream.
people. Get ready.
So was the biggest game story of 2012 about a game that's coming out in 2013?
Yes,
possibly.
That's the biggest thing that happened.
Do you remember when the trailer came out?
Yeah.
And everyone was kind of like, oh, I don't know who these characters are. Who are these? What was there?
That was back in
It
2011.
was last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? It was,
Yeah.
it was more than a year ago. But then we got all the details on GTA 5 this year. I say all.
Yeah, we had a big blowout
small
week,
amount of
didn't we?
details that Rockstar has carefully allowed to be released.
So we've got GTA 5 coming out in 2013. Shall we go to our next question?
Yeah, I hope you're going to get harder.
You haven't answered one correctly. I don't know what you're talking about. Right. Who or what has been cast in Assassin's Creed movie? Prometheus Star will also help produce the adaptation.
Robert Pattinson.
So it's not Max Clifford.
Lee Harvey Oswald,
Metal bust of famous person.
Yeah.
James L. Ray.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
If only.
Just
Could
say
you
it.
imagine?
Well, this is a gentleman that I've interviewed a few times.
Could you say who it is so we get the point?
Indeed, this year, Fassbender.
Hey.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, there's a lot of really
Well,
good
now-
talent coming into video
I
game
think
movies
so.
finally.
Well, because Tom Hardy's also obviously doing Splinter Cell.
Yeah, this
isn't
happened back in July, and I think this was the.
This is what kicked it off, didn't it?
I think this signalled Ubisoft's intent to get serious about their properties because they didn't do.
Didn't they sign a big deal about?
Well, the easy option is obviously to outsource them, sell the rights, and then you have little to do with it, and it's easy for you. You still reap the rewards to a degree, but they've kind of kept it in-house. They're developing it, and they're trying to partner up with a studio, and they've announced that Assassin is going to be made by New Regency, and New Regency are also going to do the Splinter Cell movie that's got Tom Hardy in it too.
Okay. Does Tom Hardy play Sam Fisher then?
He does indeed.
He's a bit big, isn't he? And young. For...
I think he'll trim down though.
Yeah, he's
Sam
one of
Fisher
these. He's
was once young. Like, it depends which.
Well, we all.
He loses weight a lot though, doesn't he? Like,
Well, I can
he's-
imagine.
yeah,
I can
it's
imagine.
like
He gained
fail.
£30 to be Bane in like 3 weeks. In a day. In a day, just £30 in a day. Just hiding Argos catalogues in his jumper. But I'm sure. But Tom Hardy seems like a hard bloke. I can imagine him being like a Black Ops operative.
He doesn't
That's
seem
what I
quick
can
though. He
imagine.
doesn't seem
He's
light. I couldn't imagine him. He'd ruin like.
Can you imagine
he'd ruin a
Bane
joist or two.
stamping through some top secret terrorist bunker?
Maybe that's the take on it. It's a comedy. He's just the world's shittest spy. He's like falling down on people's heads, breaking their necks. Not really. He just falls down, hugs them.
Right, hush your gums, you lot. We have got another headline for you. Nintendo's relentless quest for what?
The Triforce?
Zelda, Mario.
Fire.
Crisps.
A
Gold.
DS that actually does print money.
Wii U
What do people go on
sales.
quests for?
Huh?
Cheese during the middle of the night when you get peckish.
A ring?
An
A ring?
interview with Nintendo's... Oh, I know this. This is an interview with Satoru Iwata that we put up a couple of weeks ago. It's Nintendo's relentless quest for success.
It is a relentless quest for success. Aren't we all on one of those? What's it all about? What does he mean by success?
This is Iwata going on about the Wii U and exactly what Nintendo means by success.
Okay.
Which, in most metrics, means vast amounts of money.
Yes, but I mean, will they make this amount of money? Haven't they this week or a couple of weeks ago? They shut off being able to buy adult video games after 11, like before 11 o'clock or something.
Brilliantly,
like
yeah.
that.
In Europe, on the Nintendo eShop on Wii U, you can't buy... If you want to buy an 18-rated game, you can't buy it before 11 PM.
You
Doesn't
can't
matter
even
who
watch
you
the
are.
trailer.
Yeah.
Why is that?
To stop kids from... I think they're worried about Daily Mail being like, Wii U, it's for kids, but look, you can buy terrible games about shooting people. So it's basically all cut off, like you can't even look at them.
So effectively, it's a watershed.
Yeah.
So you have to get up at 11 o'clock at night to download a game.
If you're still awake, as you should be if you're a big grown-up man.
Remember, like the internet was supposed to like stop this sort of thing.
Yes.
Sort of pulling it back a little bit.
And is it working? Or are people
Well,
pissed off?
everyone thinks it's hilarious. The eShop's only been live for about a week, and that's basically dominated conversation in the EU so far. It's just that we can't buy games before 11 PM if you
So
want
will
to buy
this
anything
last? This
18
isn't
rated.
going to last,
Nah,
is
they'll
it?
take it off.
No, they'll turn it down. I'm sure.
But the Wii U has sold 40,000 in its opening week in the States, which is about 5,000 less than it sold than the Wii sold when it launched.
Okay.
So it's doing pretty well. I think that we'll see next year whether it's actually going to be a success.
Is the price point higher or lower than the original Wii?
Higher, much higher. So
Okay.
it's almost twice the price actually if you buy the premium pack.
It's when they get
£130
it's the first ever console that they've sold at a loss though, so they only need to sell one game to get a profit, but it is being sold at a loss, and it's the first time Nintendo have ever done that.
Right, next question. Next IGN news story is this. The What Acquires What set for 2015.
What?
This is the most amazing thing you'll read all day. Or half read in this case.
That's too many blanks. We
too
were
many
lied to
blanks.
about how many blanks there was going to be.
The Queen acquires bikini photo shoot.
The IGN acquires Crystal Palace Football Club.
For Chris.
For me. New ground set for 2015. Is this not the biggest story?
Oh, this is the biggest story.
The Walt Disney Company acquires Lucasfilm, new Star Wars set for 2015.
Ah, there it is.
That's pretty gigantic.
That was big news.
That was
Are you a fan of the new direction?
Is it right? I don't know if it's right.
Of course it's right, for crying out loud. What's wrong with you? Are you excited about the idea of Walt Disney getting their talons into the Star Wars?
Yeah, I think the first few seconds, I read it on Twitter, because it was one of those moments, like, where were you when... And it was obviously on Twitter, I first read it.
Yeah, I was in the middle of a heist on a toilet, so...
I was kind of done with the Star Wars after the prequels. You know, I didn't want to have anything more to do with that. And then you just start thinking about the fact that when you read into it that Lucas isn't going to be that involved, he's passing it on to younger filmmakers. All these filmmakers that are our generation that have grown up with Star Wars and couldn't wait to get their hands on it, and maybe undo the wrongs done by the prequels. Yeah. I'm all over it.
Yeah, I think my sort of immediate feeling was after initially like, oh, really, more? And then I was actually quite positive. It was like, well, he's got nothing to do with it. The thing that people always moaned about was Lucas's meddlesome nature, and he's going to have nothing to do with it. And also, I think Disney will be way more protective of that brand than
he has been.
It's the bloody Yoda on Virgin Trains.
Yeah, well, you don't see Mickey Mouse like pimped out like that for anything.
Yeah, it's true.
They're very protective of it, and it's also more than just Star Wars. It's the whole thing. So it's ILM, it's Skywalker Sound, it's Indiana Jones even. But they've got full rights to it for it's quite cheap for $4 billion.
So who do you think is going to direct the first one?
Uwe Boll.
Yeah, he's got a good track record.
Mike Lee. Or Ken Loach, just a really miserable one, which is like, it's just about, you know, domestic abuse and
in carbonite
and washing up and infidelity set on a milk farm.
That sounds
Blue Milk Farm, and it's called Blue Milk. It's like, did you get the blue milk? No, I forgot. I hate you. And a little kid, and he goes, I don't like any of this. I want to be a Jedi. And he just runs away because he's got a really low midichlorian count, and he'll never be a Jedi.
Is Dan having a breakdown? That was really weird.
This is what I imagined as a child. When I was growing up in Lancashire. I was like, I wanted to live in a galaxy far, far away. No, you can just go to Bolton.
Right, after round one, the scores are... Well done, team. Well done, guys. Well done. Give yourselves just a smile. That was your best smile, Chris.
Tired.
Meet us back.
already. It's only...
Meet us back here for the next 4 rounds. This is the first of 5 rounds in the IGN Quizmas special.